Hey everyone, Morgan here. So we're on page 5 of the electrochemistry outline, and we're going to be balancing some redox equations in acidic solution. Let's make note these will all be acidic. So according to the little algorithm, the set of steps that I gave you to follow, the first thing you're going to do is break these down into half reactions. So the aluminum is going to turn into aluminum 3+, and the manganate ion will end up turning into Mn2+. Now we're going to balance everything except hydrogen and oxygen, one aluminum, one manganese, one manganese. We're already done with that. Then we're going to balance the oxygens by adding water, and there is no water in that first one. Balance oxygens, and there is no oxygen in the first one. There are 4 oxygens here, so I'm going to add 4 waters. And then the next step will be the hydrogens by adding H+. So 2 times 4 is 8 hydrogen ions. Now for some electrons. We're going to go plus 3 electrons over here. Now the reason for that, there was no charge on the aluminum. This is a 3+. So I add 3-, and now I have no charge on both sides. I don't necessarily have to have no charge. I just have to have both sides be the same. Now here's a 2+. Now let's see. 8+ and 1- gives me a 7+. So to bring 7+ down to 2+, I'm going to add 5 electrons. Cool. Now, to equalize the electrons, I will multiply the top by 5 and the bottom by 3. And that will give me 15 electrons in both cases. Changing colors here just to make it easier to see. 5 aluminum gives me 5 Al3+ ions and 15 electrons. Down here I've got 15 electrons plus 24 H+s plus 3 permanganates to give me 3 Mn2+ ions, 3 times, and 12 waters. So 15 electrons will cancel 15 electrons. That's nice. Nothing else cancels. So let's add it all up. 5 Al plus 24 H+, and 3 permanganates is going to give me 5 Al3+ plus 3 Mn2+ ions and 12 waters. There we go. Okay, that's the first one. So now for the second one. Half reactions. SO3 2- gives me SO4 2-, MnO4- gives me Mn2+. All right. 1 sulfur, 1 manganese. Cool. So now, 3 oxygens and 4 oxygens, so I'm going to add a water, which gives me the correct number of oxygens. And here it's going to be 4 waters. Same half reaction as up above, actually. So now 2 hydrogens, so 2H+, 8 hydrogens, so 8H+. Now, electrons. I've got a 2-, and here I've got a 2- and a 2+, so that's a 0. So I'll add 2 electrons over there, so now both sides are 2-. Here I had a 2+, there was 7+, 8+, and 1- is 7+. So again, I'm going to add 5 electrons. 2 and 5. So let's see, I'm going to multiply the top by 5, and multiply the second equation by 2. Okay, what does that give me? I'm going to get 5 waters plus 5 sulfite. Did I mention you need to know your polyatomic ions? 5 sulfate, 10 H+, and 10 electrons down here. 10 electrons plus 2 to 16 H+, 2 permanganate, 4- to give me 2 manganese ion, 8 waters. More stuff will cancel this time. The 10 electrons cancels right away. Yay. Now, I have 10H plus here, and I have 16H plus there. So what I need to do is cancel all 10, and that leaves me with 6. 5 waters and 8 waters, all 5 cancels, and that 8 becomes a 3. So, very much like your algebra classes. So what am I going to see here? I'm going to see 5 SO3 minus. Sorry, SO3 2 minus. 6H plus. 2 permanganates. To give me 5 sulfates. SO4 2 minus. 2Mn2 plus. And 3 waters. Well, let's just double check this. 2 times 5 is 10 minus, and 2 more is 12 minus, with a 6H plus. That gives me a 6 plus on this side. 2 times 5 is 10 minus, okay, and then 4 plus. Okay, I'm sorry, I made a math boo-boo there. So, 2 times 5 is 10 minus, and 2 more is 12 minus. And then with this, I get 6 minus, not 6 plus. 5 times 2 is a 10 minus, and with 2 times 2, 4 plus is also 6 minus. So it's the same charge on both sides. It's balanced. Okay. Now, let's try breaking this apart. Cr2O7 2 minus gives me Cr3 plus, and Br minus gives me Br2. And I chose this one specifically because there's 2 chromiums here, but there's only 1 there, so I do need to put that 2. There's 2 bromines here and only 1, so I need to put that 2 there. Okay? So now, 7 oxygens means I add 7 waters. 2 times 7 is 14H plus. And there's no oxygens, and there's no hydrogens here to worry about, but I do need to think about my electrons. I'm going to add 2 electrons to that side, so they're both a 2 minus. Now here, 2 times 3 plus is 6 plus. 14 plus and 2 minus is 12 plus, so to bring 12 plus down to 6 plus, I'm going to add 6 electrons, which means I will need to multiply this by 3. And when I do that, the 6 electrons will cancel. So what am I going to end up with here? 14H plus a dichromate ion plus 6 Br minus to give me 2 Cr3 plus, 7 H2Os, and 3 Br2s. There we go. Okay. This next one is really cool. It's a type of reaction called disproportionation. That's a big word. What it means is that this chlorine is both oxidized and reduced. So Cl2 becomes ClO minus, Cl2 becomes Cl minus. I need to put a 2 there, and I need to put a 2 there. 2 oxygen, so I need to add 2 waters, which means I need to add 4 H pluses. Now I've got 2 minus, and I've got 4 plus, so if I add 2 electrons, those cancel out. On this side, 2 electrons. Okay. Hey, I'm a happy camper. The electrons cancel. So now, when I start to add this up, I get 2 H2O plus 2 Cl2 gives me 2 ClO minus plus 4H plus 2 Cl minus. Okay, so it looks like I can actually reduce that by dividing everything by 2 and have H2O plus Cl2 gives me ClO minus plus 2H plus and Cl minus. All right, we're going to give you a whole lot of practice with this. It takes time. Most students enjoy balancing these because there's a nice set way to do it. All right, thanks for tuning in. This is Morgan signing off.